What's good? What's good? It's your boy, your rich Uncle Mike.
And it's your boy, Relly Ain't No Good.
And it's the Can't Get Right podcast season 2. And this bitch, we back. We back and we better this year. You know, last year, you know, we had just got to this shit and the pandemic just fucking around with something. And now we back really on some shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tune in. Y'all in for a good show. It's our first show of 2021. Everybody that made it through 2020, you did that shit. Give yourself a round of applause, because you know that was a different type of year that motherfuckers ain't experienced. So you know, give yourself a pat on the back for that. But I'm about to hand it over to my nigga, really motherfucking good.
What's going on? What's going on, Rich? What's going on, Sly? You know how we doing it, man. We back in the 21. Now we doing. We just, you know, adding on to what we was doing last season. We ran into a lot of good things, and we ran into a lot of, you know, bad things. And we had a few controversial moments on the pod, but we saw love, and we back better than ever, ready to get y'all some flame shows for the 21, like my co-host and my brother and my cousin said. So, you know, let's do what we do. It's 2021. Slime, you know, I feel like my 2020 ended off very, very well. And at certain times, you know, it was certain stress and it was certain pressures of, you know, just staying afloat and staying ahead of the game, staying, you know, ahead of the curve that I think at times challenged me and pushed me, but even in play sometimes with my mental. And I definitely seen not only physically I've grown, mentally I've grown, you know what I mean? Just definitely. I seen with my thresholds that I seen what I really understand what mental fortitude is now. I understand what it takes. That had to push through something, you know. So, like you said, that 2020 gonna be a year that people never forget. You know, that's gonna be a year that's always spoken about. It's gonna be in history books because of the, you know, things that, you know, we endured in that year. So, I think, you know, for it to be 21, we got a new president. You know, we got new bullshit going on. We got, you know, new money on the floor. New stimmy pack. You know what I mean? We got a black lady as a VP. You know what I mean? So. I'm hoping 21, and then we just completed the first month of 21, and I don't even know if people noticed how quick that, you know, 31 days, you know.
Optimism. So, you know, like, gotta be optimistic, because it's like.
Now you gotta be optimistic, yeah.
You don't know, and it's moving along, and it's, you know, so that's why I said stay in pace and don't nobody put nothing too much this year. Like, as far as goals, take it for what it is, and take it a day at a time. An hour, you know, however you need to break it down, take it like that, because you never know. And we just seen that from last year, so, you know what I'm saying?
From what you know from last year, what's your goals for this year, Slaw?
Shit, just from what all I had was doing last year, on top of being hit with the pandemic and shit, and like just being able to make it through that, like sane and still here and keep sturdy, just staying on pace, bro. Like nothing too crazy, no really crazy goals, no, you know what I'm saying? This my year. Shit, I never was a nigga that did all that lame ass shit. You know what I mean? Just staying on pace, staying afloat, and just trying to keep my head above water. That's all you really can do.
Jay, you were never one of them ones doing all that. My revolution is here.
I ain't really one doing that, because in whatever year I was doing whatever I needed to do or whatever I was able to do for that year. So. Like, I never felt like that. Like, I just was like, shit, another year, it's going to, you know, I go up every year in whatever I'm doing. So, I'll just keep it like that.
You always been a cat like that. But, yeah, for me, you know, 21, I just want to keep, you know, ascending. Keep catching my wind. Keep catching the breaks. Keep going to my flow, you know? Like, just keep flowing to this vibe. I feel like last year, I survived a lot, and I made a lot of smart, strategic moves that put me in a position to win forever, you know? So I think now it's just capitalizing off of the plays I got and the connection I done, you know, accrued over a few years I've been, you know, in a remote location somewhere.
Exactly. What I've been trying to tell motherfuckers is anybody can get it. It's all about keeping the shit and being consistent over years and years and years. If not, it don't matter. It don't even matter that you have whatever or was doing whatever. If you can't keep the shit and obtain the shit, it don't even matter. So that's why it's all about staying consistent and on pace. That's
all it is.
21 sounding like it is. You know, it sounded mutual for both of us.
Just
keep it consistent and on pace. That's
more or less. And, more or less just, quickly just add on just, I think more business endeavors. I just got a couple plays I want to put in motion, and I want to get, I want to get 2 certifications. So I'll probably try to take these 2 classes, and I'll probably end up trying to just finish my bachelor out. I know that's put a lot on my plate, but nothing gonna disappoint me if I gotta do it in 22. So as long as I'm accomplishing a few of these goals, I'll be okay. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, Slime. I'm trying to see what this new president gonna do. What you thinking of that new presidency? I know you're not a real political type dude, but you gotta have some type of view, my boy.
I mean, how I look at it, like, how I looked at the presidency anyway, it's like with, most people, if it ain't directly affecting you, you really don't I don't really be too strong.
Man, I don't care.
Until it directly affect me to where it's like, whatever going on in my life and what I do and what I got going on, if it's affecting that, then I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, for the most part, man, like, after the Donald Trump shit, it just made that shit a joke to me. So it's like, I don't even look at it how I even looked at it before that point. And I wasn't even looking at it like much before that, so that just killed it for me. So I'm just I like to sit back and see what motherfuckers gonna do. You can talk all day, you can talk a nigga to death. I want to see what niggas gonna do. So we want to see what Joey about to do. He trying to get together a stimmy pack for niggas, but you know how the man and the big wigs is doing. They ain't fucking with that. So he got emotions with that and shit. He trying to do something nice when he first got in there, and it's crazy how they allow him to put him in a place where he able to do shit like that. When if Obama would have been in a place to do shit like that, it would have made his shit.
I mean, Obama only got to send us $200, man.
Exactly.
You see how when Obama was on the floor, we only got $200.
It was ugly at that time, and they weren't going like they weren't. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
they would have never been doing that. They would have never allowed
let a black man
release it. They would have never approved nothing he was doing to release money like that to everybody. They just wouldn't.
Never.
So
Obama,
a lot of shit like that.
Barack Hussein, Obama, never. They was never gonna let that man do that. You feel me? But for me, politics has always been a tricky game. Politics have always been part, backdoor, kickbacks and backdoor games and good old boy system. Yeah. And the other half of politics is, liberals and people with some got abstract views, some got more, black and white straight across views. Some people got, they 50-50 on it. They kind of on the fence with everything. So, I think politics is where it's at in 21. It's part celebrity and joke and goofiness and satire.
Really and everybody having an opinion on it now, just make it too, just because everybody's expert in
in analysis, right?
And it's like most people that's the experts ain't even in the tax bracket to be even involved in the shit that's talking about.
These are same people that used to get called in the class that didn't want to read, but now want to tell you what an electoral voter is. I'll be sitting there like, what are you talking about? You don't know what an electoral voter is.
I'll be seeing hoes and niggas on Facebook all the time. And they approve the stimulus back yet? I'm like, what? Like, you niggas is retarded. Y'all got the same phone we got. Why don't you go Google it, bro? Put it in Google or Bing. It'll tell you what's recent on it if you that thirsty.
They like, so used to.
It's like, you don't see that make you look retarded though and goofy like you really asking that on here. You serious, bro?
Hey, you dead serious. Well, they be thinking it's like a food stamp approval. They're gonna get a call, a text message, an email. Man. They don't get that. They be worried about that.
Well, so the world went bonkers when banks and shit putting up notes. Don't call us. We'll let you know when your stimulus pack is processed. Cause niggas blowing them up. Like this shit crazy, bro. Unemployment, you can't even get with them. What you talking about? You can't get
unemployment got they phone.
And they working from home like everybody else, and you can't get with them niggas still. They tired of getting cussed out. My check, where my stimulus? That's all. They just make the shit sound so dumb. Now stimulus payments sound so stupid and dumb just cause everybody was making it like. Damn,
once you give it to black people, it always turn back. Stimulus pack. Now it's gonna be.
We remix and shit. We the coolest niggas on the planet. We remix and shit. Stimmy pack. All of that. We found a way to woo wop it and hitch all over the head for extras on extras. Fuck you talking about?
Shout out to all.
Run it up a honey bun off the government. Niggas was
Shout out to all the scammers.
for real. Free them people.
Yeah. Free the scammers, man. Y'all was out here fooling with you.
Free them people.
But you know, 21, I feel like it's a year where we need to capitalize on a lot of them plays. I feel like a lot of people had a lot of fun, made a lot of plays. So we're gonna see. 21 is gonna be the year of longevity. It's gonna see who's gonna be able to take what they're doing in 20 and keep adding on to it. Who's gonna keep add on to it and get ready for 22,
Longevity.
So it's longevity. And speaking of somebody that got longevity, I've been listening to for a while. I see right now, Shorty probably hottest dude in the game right now. You know what I mean? At this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go with the boy, Smirkio,
the voice,
Smirkio Durkio. You know, I'm gonna have to say he is the hottest in the game right now, Slime.
He having a run that he could have had if he would have been socially awkward.
The kid is winning right now.
The voice.
Having
a run that Chief Keef was supposed to have, but he was too socially awkward, and he got too much money too early, and he just wasn't with none of that. He didn't understand in the long run it was gonna kind of stun his growth to make him only have to rely on his little co-following to really still be relevant. And luckily he was strong enough for him to do that, but it's like you kind of killed yourself. You could have been bigger than what you was, but it's like, and Dirk stayed around.
And longevity.
And,
Dirk winning because he survived the whole generation that, a lot of them kids is dead or in prison. A lot of them kids just fanned out. Just drugged out. It just played out. And he was able to ascend from the bunch. It's like Dirk was fighting back. Dirk was on his Ali rope-a-dope on the ropes.
For real.
You know what I mean? It was times when we thought, okay, he probably gonna fade. And then he had his phases with Young Thug. And he, it's an Atlanta sound. And then it was like he got back with a mixture of what's going on with the streets of Chicago. And a lot of them artists, especially when you speak of Sosa and, Reese and all the rest of them cats, sometimes when you can't transition from the streets, your ability, the lack of ability to transition from the streets to the boardroom to Billboard would be detrimental to your career. You know what I mean? You stay too close to the fire, you're gonna get burned. So it's hard to, stay on or ascend to the next level when you in a certain position or you act a certain way. You gotta grow. It's a business. It's not just you get on the mic and rapping and thinking it's, whatever. It's a whole industry to it. So you gotta always remember that. Built for that and ready for that. You gotta get out the way.
You do.
And I feel
every phase of it.
Yeah. And you gotta give him his roses right now. He the hottest in the game. Like album right now, I'm gonna get an album. Before the deluxe came out, I gave it an 8. The deluxe, I gave it a. I give it a 7.5. When the deluxe came out, I give it an 8.5. 8.5 strong. You know what I mean? Like, this Dirk best project. The highlights of the album, obviously, if you go look at it right now.
And he on pace to do 80K.
80K again. He finna load up again on him. Finesse Out the Gangway with Lil Baby is an instant. Like, I know that's gonna be a YouTube favorite, club favorite, street favorite. Shoulda Ducked with Pooh Shiesty is probably gonna be a crazy club, but everybody was already banging that Still Trapping with him and King Von. But I feel like him and Pooh Shiesty Shoulda Ducked is like on steroids, that song, or like a remix of what that was, so that's hot. Another song that really I think he went crazy on, you seen his range, was The Last Minute. It was very descriptive on what happened with King, what's just been going on in the streets, addressing certain people. If and you follow that whole Chicago movement and that drill, that, they in, whatever they business is, they business over there. They got a lot of whatever. So, a lot of people been talking about what's going on. We ain't doing all that. This podcast, we ain't incriminating, we ain't indicting, we ain't speaking on nothing like that. We talking shit how we want to talk shit, but we ain't doing no lame shit at all. But anyways, back to it. So anyways, I feel like this is best body of work, and I feel like he right where he need to be. He had the Drake co-sign last year, a big hit with Drake. I feel like now he moving with that momentum. You know what I mean? So he's like, I gotta give him his props. He the hottest in the game right now. He got the hottest project.
And he was able to break an artist. He broke Bond.
Yep, broke Bond.
Bond was on his own. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, And rest in peace, King Von. I know we probably ain't did a podcast since he died, but the young boy was definitely coming up. I was definitely bopping with his sound. So shout out to him, and then just have an artist a saying like that, you know what I mean, and take off and finna go that way, and then for that to tragically happen, you know, that's, you know, sad. So condolences to him and his family. Shout out to the OTF and all them guys. They doing their thing, you know, keep it moving, keep it going. Keep it going, keep it moving. I like Moowop. I like that. I like Moowop. Yeah. I think in the next, Prince Dre, if he keep coming, I think they got some boys. You got to carry the torch, man. When you're in the streets, you know what come with the streets. You know what I mean? So them boys know what come with the streets, and they got to carry on. They got to the way. They got to keep the legacy alive. Keep your guys alive. That's what it is. So shout out to them. Keep doing the music. Smirk definitely got the hottest shit in the air. What I like is, man, I caught it now. You remember I caught it. Pooh Shiesty, I told you he was the next step. I told you that boy was the next step. Now look, what's your thoughts on Pooh Shiesty?
That man's steaming. He going crazy. The videos he dropping doing millions. My 7-month-year-old love them bitches. As soon as them bitches come on, she gets straight to the shits. She love guard for real. She love guard up. Allegations with him and Big 30, she love that. Neighbors, that video, that bitch cold. That's on some different shit. Like a nigga like him and niggas like him, they not doing videos like that all the time. So that's dope to see him doing a video like that and shit. That shit was he going crazy right now. That nigga been everywhere. And Guwap got one. He got him one. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Guwap doing what he do, curating.
One of the best ARs in rap. Yeah. One of the best in rap, but
I didn't even know who Pooh Shiesty was. Let me tell you, the first time I met him, it was like some shit on Facebook, like a picture of him and the nigga they was at like a gas station, like our shit be at like Speedway and shit. And some shit like that, and he had the money fanned out. Then I seen he was the nigga next to Gucci when he was doing the verses with Jeezy and shit. He was the nigga that was, you know what I'm saying, like right next to him, talking to him and like extra into it and shit. That was that nigga. I seen on YouTube, he was on the shit. He got a pole on him and shit. That shit, he going crazy though.
Yeah, he going nuts. I first heard about him in the summer. Remember, I was telling you and a couple folks, but you know, people got to see it and hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was like, yo, this kid Pooh Shiesty on the Gucci tape, on the 1017 tape, going crazy, like 672, and who is he him I think it's called, like with Gucci. He was like really the all-star of mixtape. Then they dropped another tape. Then I heard him with Durkio. Then I heard him with the Guard Up, and I feel like Guard Up is that commercial song that can translate, because that sound like what's going on. I was like, where he gonna go with it? And I'm like, oh, okay, he know how to make a song. So I think he the hottest young dude. Like if you say who buzzing, I'll say like he buzzing. I ain't say how does he buzzing. He probably the most buzzworthy young artist, and coming from Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee. He signed Gucci 1017. Young cat named Pooh Shiesty. He going crazy. You know what I mean?
Shout out to him.
Check him out. Big 32. Check Big 30 out. Shiesty season out now. Check that out. I gotta check that out. Like I said, I got the smirky of the voice.
It's one on that Church's Chicken. That bitch bang.
See, I gotta check it out. See, I'm gonna check it out. So by our next show, I'll be able to get y'all a tape. But we gonna move on into something else. Right now, like we just talked about Durkio. So, you know, that's who the hottest in the game, but we've been hearing a lot of speculation, you know, about who dropping this year.
Talk about my nigga Drizzler, man. Might as well.
Let's talk about Drake a little bit. I know we talked about it on the first show, y'all probably heard, but we'll talk about what's currently going on with Drake.
They saying my nigga on the clock, you know, so they saying he on the clock. You know, he did his usual. He hopped on a few joints this year that was decent, and you know, he had one the Durkio joint, but it's like, then all of a sudden, we hear the album getting pushed back and weird shit like that just out of nowhere, and it's like, I'm thinking how we was saying, it probably was pushed back because when nobody really talking about it, like, you weren't hearing nobody really talking about, like, Drake dropping a really crazy, like they was for everything else. It wasn't like that. It wasn't that feel, so it's like he kind of pulled back, like, let me do something first, get the shit together, then, you know what I'm saying, come back, because it's like, he ain't never did that. And he just like we hear, he hear too. He hearing everything that motherfuckers saying and going on. So You know what I'm saying? I know he cooking up. I know he ain't going out bad. So I'm hoping he doing what he do best and what I know he do best, and he cooking up some shit that's about to go crazy. So hopefully it's a game changer that put me in that same field of if you reading this is too late. It came out of nowhere and it just like, it was different sounds and it was like, it was that shit. So it's like, hopefully he cooking up some shit like that and really, you know what I'm saying, like get shit back in his favor and put niggas to, you know what I'm saying, shut niggas' mouth and shit and get him, you know what I'm saying, back with the shits and knowing he that nigga.
Yeah. I'm feeling like it's that 10-year itch. He's been on for 10 plus years, and I feel like that itch he's getting a little stale. The Nike apparel, it was alright. Nothing to really scream about, but it was alright. All really pricey shit. Really, you know, wasn't nothing crazy. I liked the buffer jacket.
James was hard to get in the selection, the numbers he chose, you know, real basic.
Exactly. Basic. So I wasn't really impressed with the merch. That demo tape last year, wasn't really impressed with that. It had a couple of songs that was cool, but it wasn't nothing that
Florida
people really
bought
to.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a couple songs in there. The song with Playboy Cardi, you know, that was a heartbeat. But other than that, the Durkio song was a combination of, you know, Dirk having juice, and just at that time,
Drake even be fucking with
you. So I feel like that song was just kind of a commercial reach that was cool. It helped Dirk off for certain. I don't think it really did nothing for Drake. I don't think it did nothing creatively for us. So I think where Drake is hitting the wall is you getting the same song you expect from Drake. You know what I mean? So my opinion is I'm got 1 foot out the gate. I'm feeling like Drake finna fall off soon. Not on no lane like, oh, he gonna fall off, but I feel like slowly he gonna fall out of favor. Things gonna kind of slow down. Albums gonna come out, maybe not top the charts as quickly as they used to. I feel like songs gonna start to kind of wane because you got that itch now. Like the people that he grew up with and raised is like adults now, like 30 with kids and 25 and 26. Like people is growing up, so that whole generation that he grew up with is moving along, and it's like the kids look at him like he Drake, you know, like they look at him how we looked at Hov. Where some kids they like that and they grow up like that, but if you didn't grow up like that, you like, man, that's old head music, you know. So they looking at Drake like it's Drake, but it's like he old. Like I want to listen to Uzi, I want to listen to Who Shiesty, I want to listen to this obscure SoundCloud rapper. This is what they be wanting to listen to with the face tats they wear. You know, these mellow yellow vanilla wafer looking ass rappers who talk about eating pills and wanting to lay in the bed and you know, whatever type rap. So, you know, that's what they want to listen to. Whatever they relate to, whatever their generation is feeling is cool in the vibe. And I don't think Drake at 36 or whatever, 35 is reaching a 19, 18-year-old like he was 10 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. He's just not.
I think he should be moving up to find his Beyonce and taking that lane and starting to do that type of shit that, like, you know what I'm saying?
That'll work.
That whole shit, like, as far as, like, not saying, like, what Hov doing, but as far as, like, getting your equivalent and your spouse, and y'all strong and y'all apart, you know what I'm saying? And doing that, because it's like,
if you think about it, he at that age where Hov kind of transitioned with Beyonce and started that.
Exactly.
You know? Because where would Jay-Z be right now if he didn't have Beyonce? You know, like, where would he?
They wouldn't be looking at him.
He wouldn't be looked at as
them white people wouldn't be as, you know,
nah.
They wouldn't be as easy to fuck with him, but he got her and they love her. She likes Snoop. Everybody love her. Like they love him. So
because she's
like,
minimal.
Exactly.
She where everything else is glamorous and over the top and a celebrity, and she's the ultimate performer and celebrity. Her personality and what she gives you is minimum, so she doesn't create room for error too much for you to say or anything for her to, you know. I feel I like Beyonce get a pass because she really don't say much publicly. Like she don't come out too much.
You know
she just know how to like.
Cause I know how they think. Oh, if you
she donate.
Marry him and have kids with him, we like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
We'll lend him our money.
Exactly.
We'll do whatever with you guys. That's how they look at it. You need somebody to co-sign you with them. or they not fucking with you. They fuck with you a little bit, but the ones that you really want to fuck with you won't fuck with you. And that's why Hov and them got the reach and can do the shit they do now because they got the ultimate, you know what I'm saying? They at the top of the food chain as far as like the shit the rappers trying to attain and be like. Cause they look what they can do. They get niggas out of deals, they get niggas out of jail, they make shit happen. Once they put their hands in shit start happening to that shit. So
shit start churning like butter, boy.
That's Drake next thing. Cause he done did everything else. He got all the money, he done won all the awards, he done got all the everything. Coming from where he came from. It's like, what's next now?
Exactly. What are you gonna do next?
What's next?
So that's just
want to do
what's next with Drake.
But it's like, what's next now, baby? You know?
And you can't be the hottest rapper for 20 years. It don't work like that.
It just don't.
It's not likely he's gonna be the top rapper in 2030. It's just not likely. You know, the game going against him doing that. Him being around, I probably feel like he'll be around.
Motherfuckers thought 50 Cent was never gonna go out of style. I look at them, I don't want to hear nothing they drop. I don't even, if I see videos of them, for real, I don't even go look, because it's like, that ain't even, and it's like,
just
I
not
grew up
even
in that
a
time,
vibe,
and it's like, I don't even want to hear that. That's too, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's old.
It give me trauma. It just remind me of big ass jeans and a Nietzsche shirt or something.
Fitted has some do-rags on.
Fitted has some do-rags.
Man, niggas had do-rags and a headband on, bro. Niggas was fooling. I don't know how that was hot or cool.
And had spinners on your truck and on your shoes. Goofball.
And the bitches that was going off for them niggas have kids now, and them kids is the niggas that like all the SoundCloud shit and all of that shit. It's crazy.
What do you expect? Hood rats was running around with flowers in between their toes in the middle of the projects, man. Come on, man.
Fuck you know this is $1. Fuck is you talking about all the colors? Fuck.
Remember how black a female foot would be when they if they came over your crib and they took their feet out, you'll see the toe imprint be dirty as hell.
It's fucked up because it's like you knew the people that didn't have selections and shit because like that's all they would have. And that's why they would be so run down and black. The bottom black to where it's gonna make your foot black, just chilling in them bitches for an hour and moving around, your feet gonna be black. So it's like, man, that shit used to be crazy, man. But motherfuckers had to do what they had to do. I feel them.
Yeah,
that's what they had to do.
What you gotta do.
You know, them was the type of people that was doing all of that and fucking with them type of rappers back then. So that's how, like, it's like, that's why Drake gotta do something, man. Because it's like, what else can you do, my baby? You know, as far as rap, you don't like. You know what I'm saying? They saying you on the clock, you kind of quiet now, you kind of, you know what I'm saying? You already jumped over the hurdle with the Pusha T shit, you got over that, and then now it's like, what's next now? What we doing?
Hey, Drake that light-skinned cousin that be getting bailed out of shit in the hood and conflicts because he related to certain niggas or somebody say he they people. Like, Drake get bailed out like that because of who he affiliate with, so it's like you done already kind of got...
You good over there, huh? You doing a lot of moving, you sound like you forward.
Oh, nah, that's me just picking up the clothes basket. You know, we still got to multitask on this job.
Yeah, we do what we do. This is what we do, my baby.
You already know what we doing, Slime. You already know, man.
So, Drake definitely on the clock.
Definitely on the clock, man. Drake on the clock. Let's see what he gonna do with the certified lover boy shit. I feel like, I don't know if he gonna get on some Keith Sweat, Heavy D, Eminem mixture shit or some Jay-Z. I don't know, shit. I don't know where you going with this shit. You know, I don't even got no type of expectations. And that's what's weird, too, because usually with a Drake project, you anticipating shit. You know,
exactly.
Like,
it's kind of like,
he got some shit going.
It's like, that's
it's like, okay, he dropped, because there's so much music dropping. 2020 and 2018 exhausted me because a lot of music dropped, and it's kind of hard to keep up when it's good music here, good music there, terrible music there. Like, I feel like Playboy Cardi had more, hype than Drake, like, what's going on, like, that whole lot of red people was tripping over, like,
yeah, they were.
And that came, and then it came out, and they wouldn't, you know,
came
people
and
was
went.
like, it's cool, came and went, people like, it's cool, but not what we anticipated 3 years and waiting for, whatever they wait 2 years and waiting for, so, because I liked the Dilate better, I thought his original album was better.
He had a lot going on with at the Iggy Mansion and all of that goofy shit. So ain't no telling with them niggas. It probably did. Remember now, he the same nigga was in that video and that black sweatsuit whooping them white boys in that house. I don't know why you was with them obscure ass people, but he was in there whooping them niggas though. So you gotta remember he is that nigga. So you know, ain't no telling what them niggas whole like process with shit be just different. So ain't no telling.
And I think now it's about creating a hype and not really delivering. It's just about creating a hype because people buy the hype. So once you once you like they say buy into the rapture, you already sold. So whatever.
And that's what got everybody
take it,
thinking they can be independent now because they feel like, you know, it's easy. But then when you do get up there, you got to do it again and again, and you got to keep doing it. So it's like it ain't shit getting on, but it's like
listen.
Keep
I like how I like where the sauce at, man. You segue smooth. So this is my thing about it because I compare like independent being like a person like it is like it says hence independent, like a person that's doing something on their own like a business or whatever, right?
And that's jaded now, the whole independent, because it's like a lot of people really don't.
Hold on. On the other, exactly, but on the other side, I'm asking you this: like, do you see it how I see it, where when you sign to a label, it's like you're going to college, and when you independent, it's like you're a business owner, like you're an independent business, small business owner. Mm-hmm. Do you look at it like that?
In a way, I mean, it depends on how you is as a person. See, it depends on how you is as a person, what you willing to do, what you doing, and who you got around you doing what you not doing. So all that depend on that. If you you know what I'm saying, you stand up, you doing the groundwork, you promoting yourself, probably independent the right way to go because you putting in all the work to get all that money back to what, you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to do all of that, you don't want to do that, you probably should go fuck with a label because you're not going to. That's how some people get fucked up and they can't come out with music because they trying to do business and music. Some people can't focus on both because some people can't multitask, and that's multitasking. But they don't look at it like that because they so fixated on like, I'm independent, I'm getting all the money, I'm getting the bag, everything is mine. And owning masters to something that ain't shit don't mean nothing, and that's what niggas don't understand. If you own the masters to something that ain't shit, it don't mean nothing. That's equivalent to a SoundCloud rapper owning all his shit, but it ain't doing nothing, so it don't mean nothing. So it all that shit depends. So that's how I look at it. As far as it depends on what you need. It's need based.
Exactly. You gotta think, your uncle that was rapping real hard 25 years ago, all that music him and his homeboys made, they own that, but ain't nobody buying it. So their catalog ain't worth nothing. So even if you independent and you own something, even if you're independent, if your catalog ain't worth nothing where nobody's bought it, then you're not really sitting on nothing other than music that you made that you can profit off of, but nobody's buying. So for me, independent, I feel like the pros of that is it. How I look at it is like if you got a hustle to you and you got a great team around you, or you're a creative where you know how to do artwork, you know how to make a beat, you know how to sing, you know how to rap, you know how to lay vocals, you know how to play the piano, you know how to arrange, you know how to mix. Like if you like a Prince or Michael Jackson, Kanye, these type of people, which I know they, also probably had teams and stuff, but they know how to do a lot of different things. You know what I mean? So if you know how to do that, I would say stay independent. Also, I would say stay independent if you're able to financially, provide and keep financing it. Yeah, stay independent. If you can sell records on your own, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 records, 70, 80,000, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, stay independent.
Exactly.
Now, if you lazy and you just got bars, or you cute and you sing and you rap and you dance and shit, then you need to go give it a label. Somebody that's going to give you a loan, let you get on and look cool and cute and bad.
And market you in the places you need to be marketed.
And market you the way you need to be, or let you market yourself however. They just give you a bag to put your shit on steroids. So if you already got a personality, all it's going to do is put your personality on steroids. If you was like kind of cute, the money going to make you bad. If you was a saucy hood dude, now you're a fly hood dude. You can buy a Balmain fit, your fit. So, it's all just who you are as a person and what you want to do with your career. If you want to have more ownership, then stay independent, but know that independent come with a lot of ups and downs.
Hard work and putting a lot of your money back into you. Like, it's your investment. That's,
And we know in our community, people don't really like to invest. Folks scared to invest and put their money towards their goals and dreams. They would rather somebody else finesse.
They want that instant gratification. If it ain't nothing instant for they can see, like it's not, if it ain't as quick as, cooking that shit up and going and dropping it, it ain't, it's not, they don't see it, so it's not obtainable. They don't want to really do it like that. I want you to put your money into me though.
Right.
Put your money in me and let me, you know what I'm saying? That's what motherfuckers want motherfuckers to do. And I feel like, but it's like, if you get that money, then we done seen that too many times. Motherfuckers get that bag, and then fade away. Now you fucked up. You disgruntled. You going online saying, "Don't nobody fuck with you," and all this shit. It's like you wasn't with the shit. You said you wanted to be independent. You said you wanted to be with a label, but you disgruntled now. You complaining about independence. You complain about being a label. I done seen both sides of the shit. So it's like, that's what I say. It's depend on the person and what you need, what you trying to do. So if you're on your Scottie Pippen shit and you trying to get your people a quick bag so you can make some shit happen, you might need to go fuck with a label because they got that money to get you. If you got the money from whatever you're doing or whatever, and you can get your shit rolling, that's what you really want to do that shit because it's going to pay off on the back end. So it's like, it's either or, you know, so. That shit really depend as far as the independent shit, man. And, you know, so that's how I look at that shit.
Exactly. So pick whatever's best for you. Do what's best for you. You know, tomorrow, the big game. The big day. I know you ain't no real sports fan. You know, I've been a Patriots fan since 2001. You know, I've been watching their Super Bowl since the first one. So this for real. You know, this be my 10th Super Bowl watching Brady. You know what I mean? Doing his thing, whether win or lose. So, you know, I think it's just, and for him to have played at Michigan, and I always consider him an honorary Michigan cat. So, you know, we always claim him. So, you know, I'm rocking with him.
I mean,
but, you know, the Mahomes boy is bad. I know that Tyreek Hill bad. Travis Kelce, I know he out here swirling. He cutting up. So, you know, I know they doing their thing. So, I know it's definitely a juggernaut. You know, I know it's star-studded. And I'm just going to enjoy a good game.
Yeah, I fuck with it off the strength of, because I ain't really a football nigga. You know, I watch them when they get to this point type shit. So I just fuck with it as far as like, you know, Antonio Brown, lame ass, was able to get back in, get somewhere and get to this place. Regardless of he a coon and fucking with a white bitch and all this shit. And doing all this weird shit for real. Because it's like that shit be fucked up when niggas like that get up there and then they, you know, but I'm just happy he back in a place and hopefully he get him a ring and get his life back together. You know.
Yeah. There's room for Tom.
Yeah, because you know how I feel about Brady. I done seen pictures. I do my research in that way. So it's like I ain't really, you know, too
appeased with him.
Not really, you know.
He don't really appease you.
No, and then the Mahomes nigga, he one of them niggas. He probably went to Portage Central or Portage Northern. He cool, but it's like I don't really. He more one of theirs than ours. So they cool.
He one of the ones. He cool before 8 o'clock. Once it turned 8,
exactly.
He on the other side of town.
You hit it dead on the head.
Yeah, he one of them type.
I just like niggerish people at the end of the day. You know, so I just he ain't really my stilo. So
yeah, I'm rooting for Honey Badger. He always been one of them cats. JPP, I'm rooting for him for, you know, all he done been through and still be playing football. I'm rooting for Sue. He a bad boy bully, but let me just break down the analytics since I am a football guy. I like football. I used to play ball a little bit.
What was your position? Hit him with your position real quick.
Man, I
refresher.
I done played everything but fullback. I done played tight end. I done played offensive tackle. I done played guard, D tackle, DN. You know, you name it on that line, or you know, I done been on that.
All across the board, put niggas away.
All across the board, put niggas away. You know, we used to have fun out there. But you know, when we just break it down a big game, it's gonna all come to the Bucks defense stopping Mahomes. Man, if they can't stop Mahomes, it's nothing to talk about. You know, they're done. If they can't really stop that boy from getting busy, they're done. Because that defense, Brady gonna make a mistake or two. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna be flawless. You know, we know Brady gonna make a mistake or two, and that's gonna be fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if Mahomes hot and he don't make no mistakes, they gonna take it. But I feel like the Bucks gonna be a crucial turnover. It's gonna be a crucial turnover, and Brady gonna pull off that magic, and they probably gonna slide out of there by 3 with it. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking with it.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks just off the strength of what I.
He's off the strength of look. I like Fournette. I think that Fournette, if him and Jones get the running right.
Fucking with you already know I'm gonna find a nigga like, okay, I'm fucking with that man. I fucks with
But the good thing about it is you got both offensive coordinators is black. I don't know if that's ever been done.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Arians, all his coordinators black. So shout out to African Americans getting
the bag just being there.
They getting the bag.
You get a bag just being there, getting there. So that's
Shout out to Tom Brown. He playing for $750,000. We want to see him get. We want to see people win. We like seeing the underdogs, the street cats, the goonies, the cut up kids. This is the Can't Get Right podcast, so we like seeing the other ones win. So
we can't get right. So we already
exactly. We already root because we can't get righters. Shout out to some of the legendary Can't Get Right people: Lil Wayne, Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Who are some of the other legendary Can't Get Right? Cat Williams.
Yep.
Mike Epps. Mike Epps. Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so that's just a few of the people in the Can't Get Right category in Hall of Fame.
You hit it. Speaking of my nigga Nick Cannon. Speaking of my nigga Nick mother.
Oh man, you gotta give him a round of applause.
I gotta give him because you know what I'm saying. That man. That man, he got it back together, so we gonna get that man one, For my nigga Nick, man. He stuck it out. I hope he didn't bend the. If he didn't bend the knee, I fucks with him. If he didn't bend the knee, I fucks with him because it showed them like when you see me, they lay out all ridiculousness was everywhere. That's filling up every empty block.
Every
ridiculousness.
I'm
and they
tired
got a few little movies in there, Bad Boys. I seen, they usuals.
I'm tired of that.
Team Mom, only 2 slots. The fucking real world rule shit. Niggas don't even watch that shit no more. I can't even believe them old niggas still even doing that shit for a living.
Man,
y'all niggas is
for
clowns.
20 bands.
Man, get your goofy ass on, bro. Like, real.
Do they still got CT on there?
Man, I don't even know. I'm gonna have to go check so we can give an update the next time. I ain't looked at that shit in a minute. Yeah, them niggas on there from, man, I remember, what was it, Road Rules when they was on the bus and shit, bro. That's how old that shit is.
That's how old that is.
Man.
You can grow up on Road Rules versus Real World, man. You don't know what's going on.
Exactly. But definitely my nigga Nick showed them niggas like, okay,
yes,
y'all took me off. Y'all thought y'all was fucking me because I said woody woody woo, and I didn't even say shit really. Like your man, what's your man name? What's your man name that we were just talking about, the country singer? What's his name?
Man, what's his dude name?
What's his name, bro?
Hold on. His name, hold on.
Let me look at my, I want to look at my files real quick.
What is it?
What's
hold on,
his name, bro?
Country singer.
I got him right here.
Something.
Hold on, I got you. He right here. I just had sent him to you.
Wallen.
What's his name?
Wallen Morgan. So this is what I'm saying, because this where it's funny at, right? His record label was suspended him. They taking his music off, right?
Now they suspended him. I ain't never heard of a nigga getting suspended from their record label. Just drop.
You get dropped.
No drop. But go ahead.
Drop. Okay, so he's suspended from the radio, suspended from his label. Sound like some wild shit right there already. Suspended from the radio sound normal. But this dude going around apologizing. I heard there's somebody like black or somebody that stepped out and said they want to finish. Like, how are y'all making excuses when anytime we get on there, we say anything anti-Semitic, we say anything pro-black, we say anything like that, they calling us prejudiced.
And they take us out the game.
And they take us out the game when we do it, but they do it. They gonna get a wrist slap.
He basically got he an officer that shot somebody, and he got administrative leave with pay.
He showed his true colors,
music just went up on Apple Music, bro. His streams just went up, bro.
So what does that tell you about the America we in, where people don't care that he used the N-word because they gonna justify it by saying black people use it? So that means that degrade and belittle people. But if you call a woman a B-word, even if she got bad B on her shirt, she gonna cut up. That's what I'm saying. You can't have it both ways. I don't understand that. So I feel like with him, he He gonna play the role of the typical, white guy that said the N-word. He's gonna lay low. He's gonna do a press run.
It's still a smooth landing for him.
Yeah, he gonna stand next to the closest black person that'll stand the closest to him, do the most tap dancing and coonery. That's who he's gonna stand next to. That's gonna say, "Oh, he didn't mean it. He's a good guy." We done seen Hulk Hogan say the N-word. We done seen Michael from what is that? Is that Frank? Not Frazier from Seinfeld. We done seen all these people use the N-word, and what they do, they just lay low, they get out the way.
And they still
These
rich.
people are racist. Yeah, they still rich.
They have my nigga, and that's why I wanted my nigga Nick to stay strong and don't apologize for shit. Wait it out. Don't bend the knee. You bent the knee. And I'm just hoping he ain't bend the knee again. But if you would have waited it out, this was gonna happen because it's like y'all shit been around for what, 15 years?
They losing.
And y'all y'all was able to revamp and come back and go even crazier than y'all did before and start going on tour and just make the brand even crazier. And they gonna try to take your shit because you said some light shit. Like, come on, bro, you saying some light shit. Like, it wasn't even that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that crazy.
Jewish people ain't tripping over nothing no black person saying, man. They shouldn't be tripping. Like, they just want to show you how much control they got. They can pull you off the airways. And that's why we got owned. That's why we thought Nick owned that. We thought Nick had his hands on that where he could have took it to Netflix or BET or took it when I BET.
We've seen a lot of that lately with shit going on. With even how Dave Chappelle telling niggas like, that ain't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't getting blew up off of that. Don't be watching that. It's like,
so they pulled it.
Exactly. So it's like, it's just showing you motherfuckers ain't really all the way owners like they said with certain shit. Just like we found shit out with Kanye and all the people shits, and then how Wayne just did some of the shit his artists had. Is like, that shit be like that, man. Like, the game is crazy. But shout outs to Nick for getting his shit back. Hopefully he keep it, get a new deal to where this type of shit can't and won't happen again ever.
Exactly. It has been confirmed that Wild 'N Out will be coming back due to the doodle ass ratings that MTV done had, playing ridiculousness 48 times a motherfucking day. We tired of seeing Rob Dyrdek dry ass. We tired of seeing Chanel West Coast
his
and that goofy talking black
nasty off technicalities.
Gotta be. And that's what I'm saying. They done took Bill Cosby off. They took Nick Cannon off. So now you got goofballs getting royalty checks, man. Put the Cosbys back on, man. Don't, stop doing that. Put our Kelly music back on the radio. Stop playing, man. We still want the art, man. We don't care. Like, personally, what people do, we as people, we all do a lot of wild, foul stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if we was to investigate everybody like,
and motherfuckers knew everything Rick James was doing, and he told a lot that he was doing, but if y'all knew everything he's doing, y'all probably wouldn't look at him the same. If y'all knew everything Richard Pryor weird ass was doing at the time he was doing it, y'all wouldn't have been fucking with him like that. So it's like, it's just some shit now, you just able to know now, because the times done changed. So it's like, it's crazy, and it's like, it's just crazy how people can just come out on a nigga and start saying, yeah, back in the 80s, he, did this. And other people started coming out and they started building it up. And I'm like, come on, man, we see this in shows. Once one person do it, other people that was waiting for it to happen, hey, I'll give you $20,000 if you come out and woo. Were you around at that time? Bam, we got another one. Come on, bro, I know how they work, bro. And it's like they can get that, they can pin that on you and get you out the way, bro. So it's like, it's really open season on us. We gotta be careful out here.
Yeah, because what is a scoring woman gonna do? Try to run it up on us. And black men is the number one run-ups. When they see you ascending and happy and you going on about your life, and 10 years ago you was blowing their cheeks and jaws out, and now you done moved along. Now you done moved along and like
you smiling somewhere.
They about to get your bitch ass quick and they're in a hurry because they don't like that. They be scoring. Women be scoring and they gotta get you. So
and not all women.
Not all
but women. Some with it. Like my nigga OT said, bitches. Bitches. Them the ones that we talking about.
Yeah, that's prime example. Like the OT Genesis situation is prime example of when women kind of egg men on in a way like you provoking. You're trying to you are passive aggressively provoking somebody, and then you expect them to conduct themselves a type of way, and then when the interview turn left or the conversation turn left, now you all in a like whoa, and then now this man is off the hook.
And then she tries to play the male ego, that lane, feminist lane, and it's like, whoa, see, now you're taking it somewhere else, and that's where got thrown up because like don't try to play that role. And we was having a conversation, we was laughing, I kept laughing, I kept shit going, and you took it somewhere else. Chill out. I'm about to get on one real quick. How we do in the hood on bitches? Woody woo wop, and then you don't want nobody woody woo wop. I ain't gonna touch you, but I got people that love me. And when I go home, I can't tell what someone else is gonna do. You don't want that. You don't want nobody following you home. You don't want that, do you? You don't want your boyfriend getting smashed right out here. That shit was funny, but it's like that type of shit happened, and luckily it happened there, and it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Think if they did that with somebody else, that's a learning lesson for them not to do that with certain people and everybody. Because if you would have did that somewhere else, some niggas I know niggas that don't give a fuck. They slap the fuck out you. Bah. No, they don't give a fuck. So it's like now you in that situation. Now you wilding out crazy, cutting up, and it's like you know. So it's like you gotta pick your battles wisely.
Yeah,
the type of situations you don't gotta. They not though. Especially if people be wanting to engage in conversations and talk about shit they don't really be up for, and them bitches could go left because somebody done got triggered by something. So it's like you know. And
I think you ignorant. I think you ignorant if you don't gauge the room when you having certain conversations.
And the basis of it was, old girl, her friend on there, he exposed her that why is your friend keep speaking for you? Y'all damn near y'all both got a jean jacket on. She be on here. I done seen her with a jean jacket on. You just came over your first time. You got a jean jacket on. It's showing you follow her. You can't speak for her. You killed yourself. When you having a conversation with people don't know, I don't think you need to start the conversation when they ask you a question about relationships. You don't need to dive deep into your shit like, yeah, I've never had a real boyfriend, and you like 20-something. Now they're going to be like, what you mean? Why haven't you? And they're going to keep going back at that. So it's like once you open something up like that, you can't get mad if motherfuckers did get to that. You just can't. And it went left because they asked her that. They asked her, what do you want out of a man? She said, confidence and being sure of themselves. Now, last time I checked, them was the same motherfucking things. Them was the same thing. So you made yourself look dumb as fuck. They was asking her, well, what do you bring to a relationship? She couldn't. What do you mean? She didn't want an answer because she didn't have no answer. She don't know, and that's probably why she's never been in a relationship.
Females hate being under the gun, man.
She exposed herself being nervous and kind of tipsy and exposed too much she shouldn't have, and it opened them up to some shit about you, and they kept on you, and you tried to be cool, and they got on your ass.
You know what it is though? A lot of women is used to like playing with men mentally, and men folding and wilting. So sometimes when a man hit them with a different approach or they outsmart them, sometimes women be lost. They don't know where to go with it after that. So it kind of become like they trying to bruise your ego, or they hitting you with you're being this way. They start accusing you of being certain ways. I just think sometimes it's a tactic that women use when they feel like they ain't got the leverage no more. I feel like they try to play the victim after that, or they try to play the situation as if you're being emotional or you're out of room. No, I just check you out, put you in your place, or I'm really just
if you being equal at the time. If you giving that energy, you can only expect it back. If we being equal, that's us being equal, equality.
I say don't stoop to women's level, but don't let no woman play with you and out talk you and think you. See, that's a problem with women would have with me. Like, you're not dealing with somebody you can just run over with a conversation, or mentally, like you playing with a thinker. I'm playing chess, so it's just a little different. And women should, like somebody that's more on their game. But let's be honest, a lot of times women are used to men, so they adapt to men that are a little bit more behind, or not thinking like they thinking, or moving on the type of time they're moving on. You know what I mean? So it just depends.
It depends. All these situations, it varies on the people involved.
Because you could be a more assertive woman and dominant and like your man assertive and dominant. And then you could be a woman that's more submissive and you like a man to be stronger. So there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that sometimes it's women and girls that kind of carry demeanors where they try to play with your mental as a man. Yeah. Or they play with your pride, and that's their angle, that's their stick. Like that's why men be intimidated.
That's a talk behavior. Like, that girl seen her mom doing that to her dad, their boyfriend, or whoever, and they seen that dynamic, and that's why they like that, and that's why they do that. And that's just how it be. That's just, it be like that sometimes. So that's why that shit it's all based off the people involved. Like, it should be, that's why some mixes and makeups end up to be toxic, because it's like they come from two different homes where this was going on, and then that ain't working here. That ain't working for. So it's like it just be like that sometimes.
Just all depend. But you know what I mean. Back on to the Morgan Wallace dude. Just a little bit more on that because it's just too prevalent where people be slipping with this N-word and then they go on an apology. That's how you really is in real life. That's how you. That's how exactly. You are. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. That's who you are. So at the end of the day,
closed doors, you don't got to smile for us and have us likable and all of that. That's how you vibe it. And I'll go off how people really feel, man. Once I can't fuck with that.
Exactly. Man, off a lame subject. On to something we've been waiting for a minute and came back quick, man. How you feeling about the NBA, man? It's like probably already a quarter of the way through.
It's been
it's only 72 games this season. So how you feeling? It's so much shakeups, man. When the season started, James Harden was fat eating chicken wings in Houston. Now he in the middle of
healthy and happy. Like a bitch with a new nigga.
Happy. Exactly. Got rid of her toxic baby daddy now. She done got her a new dude.
Playing like PJ Tucker and shit, just wearing all the hottest shoes and ain't really on shit and can't really, you know what I'm saying?
That's the equivalent of being fresh. That's the equivalent of being fresh and having no car. Like,
exactly.
It ain't nothing he can really do but be fresh. You know what I mean? He ain't got no car, he got no bread.
And then Russ is just looking like the nigga that nobody wants to fuck with Russ. Russ is that runner bitch that's been through so many, every walk of life of nigga, from your cornballs to your hood niggas to your every nigga. Been through them, man. Ain't nobody feeling it. It always get left, but it's like, she famous, hood famous, but everybody know her, but it's just like, nothing lasts. So
let's be honest, man. Russ is the chick in the hood that ain't built to be married. She just be around, you know. That's just what
a good time, fun.
A good time, fun, cool.
High energy.
High energy always. You never know what's going on. A lot of suspenseful moments, a lot of surprises.
But get on one.
It's not but get on one for you. But ride out for you, hold this for you.
Do a little too much sometime.
Do a little too much sometime, but ain't the one that you gonna bring home to mom, ain't the one you gonna marry, ain't the one you gonna trust with your life in their hands. You know what I mean? Okay. So I think that's where Russ at though. I think Russ is at a point where he just that chick nobody want no more. He kind of done ran up his miles and he got a gun, he got kids and shit, so
exactly.
He just got a gun. He still that old head that still be on the book trying to look cool and still relevant,
dancing and shit.
Dancing and taking selfies and you see all the terrible outfits and all that stuff. When you losing, don't nobody want to see you wearing cheetah print, bustiers and leather pants and all that. We don't want to see all that.
And my nigga Harden
they want to see you with it winning, but we chasing rings. Now the Harden, I don't want to hear nothing. That boy KD did it just again. He ran, he did it again. So when everybody talking all that shit about LeBron, wherever LeBron went, LeBron created the vibe. That's different. KD joins people's vibe, or now we see he brings people to his vibe. So don't ever compare GOAT James to this man. You know what I mean? This man is a different tier than LeBron. Stop playing. He might, if the next
who you talking about?
I'm talking about KD.
You tripping, bro. I thought you were talking
I'm not.
Chill out, bro. Put respect.
That's why.
Put respect on my nigga Trey 5 Day, bro. You tripping,
him.
bro. Talking about GOAT James on that Shannon shirt shit. Nigga, don't come around with that shit.
Man, that
Shay wrong, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about?
Man, first of all, he's weird and emotional. He has a burner account. He too tall to be like.
Kobe was weird. Jordan was weird. Them niggas was weirdos.
Kobe, I thought
the coolest nigga that we done besides AI and certain niggas and like Shaq is
Carter.
LeBron. I'm saying like the top niggas we talking about. Like that was the face at the time. LeBron he in that cool lane. Them other niggas was not like that. They was real like studying basketball, in the gym basketball. That's what you know what I'm saying? It's it's crazy. Mike had the dopest shoes, but he's a cornball. It's like how he was wearing them then, they look dope as fuck, but it's like he wasn't even wearing them how we wear them now. He don't even do them how we do them. He don't even look at them how we look at them.
He don't even wear them now.
He wear big ass, he wear his golf shoes, bro, and them fucking trainers and shit, bro. He might wear some low 11s or some obscure ones as long as dog shit. With some bro, I seen him. He was at his, he got twins by the white
dungaree.
He was at the party in a picture with all his kids, bro. He had some big ass shorts on and some low 11s. Looking crazy, bro. But that's how he do though. So it's like that's what I'm saying as far as that. Like,
hey,
you know what I'm saying?
he dressed like he gets Social Security check once a month. He dressed terrible.
Awful. No, his bag don't move because he wear Hanes t-shirts, he wear turtlenecks, he wear the worst shit ever.
Words. That's why he just like. That's why LeBron can start to pass him up.
But yeah, put respect on my nigga KD though, bro. That's all I was saying though.
KD need to go brush his hair.
We about to go crazy this year, bro.
No.
I've been waiting for my nigga to get back healthy so we can get back in the. You know, I was fucking with the Clippers as a B team, and they didn't do what they were supposed to.
That's what they are, a B team.
Yeah. They fucking B team is my B team. You know what I'm saying? We
got too many weirdos over there. Kawhi too quiet. Paul George don't know himself. He's so
weird, tall, emotional. I know what type of nigga he is. I went to school with him.
He a weird nigga that seems like he send bitches nudes out his face and he one of them lame ass niggas. He just weird, indecisive, and too tall to be that lame.
Man,
I thought
that little ass Pomeranian bitch. Like he weird as dog shit, bro.
And why you got neck braids when you 6'10"? Like if you ain't got no hair, why you have braids?
Got around. See, he get around niggas and he adapted them and started doing what they do. You get around Kawhi, you want braids? Come on, man. You been a taper fro. A taper fade nigga for the longest since I've seen you, bro. Had one of the crispiest lines, and now you got braids with the Omarion lineup in the front.
You'll be going to blow up.
Trying to be like Louis Will and all these niggas and see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Can't do all that, man. But yeah, the NBA going crazy. My boy, the youngest ball is going crazy. I think he gonna be the standout out of
Shout out Melo. I like
Shout out Melo. He been going crazy. He gonna be a solid PG.
Shout out Anthony Edwards. He been getting off in Minnesota too. He been doing his thing.
But you know,
shout out to him. I like Anthony Edwards, man. And I like James Wiseman. He been getting off in Golden State.
Them niggas cool.
Opie Tippin. He been doing his thing in New York. It's another.
I told you I think my nigga Ball gonna get the Rookie of the Year, and I said earlier. I feel what you said. I know you don't think so, but I'm right to my opinion. You right to yours. That's my right.
Who did I say was gonna win Rookie of the Year?
The second nigga, the one that you just
Edwards,
said.
Anthony Edwards. I think he could possibly, because I think what's gonna happen is, as the season progresses and they fall out of contention to be in the playoffs, he gonna get more tickets. He gonna be able to just have better numbers, or they make it to the playoffs and he got pretty decent numbers. Because LaMelo don't start, it's gonna be hard to be like Rookie of the Year. He don't really start.
Yeah,
if he started,
I feel you, but
Anthony Edwards don't start either though. So let me make that.
You never know what right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
y'all heard it here when I said. I said the Bucks was gonna get busy, and then I said my nigga beat Ball.
The Bucks is bums.
No, not the Bucks, bro. I'm talking about the
Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I'm like, Giannis and them getting the playoffs and fold. If he can't shoot,
he's lame as dog shit.
But shout out to Drew Holiday. I thought LA should have won got him, man. Like, but I think LA trying to see what they can do and get Bradley Beal, but they had to give up the house to get him. Yeah. And they ain't giving that up, man. They wouldn't be stupid enough to give all that up. I mean, like, he worth it, but they gonna want so much that is you gonna have enough left to really compete for a title. But them three right there, that's it. That's wrapping the title up. If you get Bradley Beal in LA, it's a wrap. I don't give a fuck on no KD and all that ball head little ass. You got my boy Kyrie Luther King, Kyrie X. Exactly. Anytime something happens, that's my favorite.
My nigga Kyrie was about the earth and the planets.
The earth shift to the left. Kyrie taking a sabbatical.
Yeah.
You don't know when he's gonna take a sabbatical. I feel like they get to the NBA Finals and Kyrie go on a hiatus. Yeah, game 5 to 7. You don't know where the fuck he at, and they lose. And LeBron be like,
he gonna have a peculiar docu-series when they drop in 20 years.
Yeah, he one of the moody new generation motherfuckers that they live
one
off
of those ones like we were saying about Kobe. He's one of those kind, and that
real
type
peculiar and weird.
He's not, he hoop like you'll think like that nigga Cole, like he from the hood. But he just got them skills. He was sitting on his hands, like, the picture you used to take me as a kid. Lay your chin on your hands. He was doing all of that talking, and like his mouth was moving off his head like some kids. Like, what are you old, bro? You don't like to see that like in the public eye now, and I.
But hold on. We can't slap him all the way. Shout out, I heard he brought George Floyd family home, and
appreciate him for that.
I heard he been doing a lot of charitable causes.
I fuck with everybody that did anything for them and set his daughter up. All of that shit. That's dope. I fucks with that all the way. But it don't take away from what we talking about that he's a cornball. We ain't saying nothing about what he do and that, you know what I'm saying? I mean that team,
but that team full of cornballs. Yeah, KD's a cornball. He just nice and hooping. James Harden really a cornball. He just hooped nice.
He had a mohawk for like 5-6 years, bro.
Man, come on, man.
Stop playing with me, bro.
Come on, man. This dude James Harden was a cornball. So hooping good just give you a personality, and then
you just made me think about cornball shit he did. The whole shit with the little baby, a honey buns, and the bag with 100K and the watch. That's the fruitest shit I've ever seen. If you're a rich nigga, you spend like 50K or something on your home, well, that's cool. Anything other than that is fruit. That was fruit to me. That was too much because he probably ain't even did that for no bitch, and the bitch that he was fucking with the mom and looking at him. Bro, y'all niggas fucking? Like, what was that, bro? Like, that's weird. You put honey buns in it. Who bought all the honey buns, bro? Who went to get all the box of honey buns and dump them in the bag? And
his assistant.
His assistant, you was sitting and watching them. Yeah, do it like that and put the watch on here like.
Hey, so they was strategically placed layer by layer.
And the most cringeworthy shit ever is the video watching little baby on the floor with his legs stretched out, going to the back. Man, this like what? Putting on the watch, going to the money. I'm like, and James Harden just standing over him, looking down at him, smiling. All you see is tears. Like,
he's standing there with one of them outfits on with a man bag on, smiling hard.
What the fuck was going on, bro?
It was so awkward. I said, what is this? Like, I didn't understand it, but it ain't for me to understand.
It ain't. I don't know what that was at all.
I don't know what it was. But shout out to 4PF and shout out to James Harden.
Yeah, definitely. But, you know, the NBA been straight. It's kind of weird now because a nigga goes somewhere and then he can be on standby for the next 2 games because he's around somebody that was positive. So a lot of that weird shit, and that with that going on, that's a way to like throw some shit off. Now you can say he was around woo, he tested. Like that's another way to be in control and shift shit. Like we can take him out for 5 games, get them up. Like you can do shit like that. That's weird, like shit like that. So, players that just want to be on some bullshit, like it could just. I was around somebody that fucking test positive. Now you sitting out 5 games on some goofy shit. So I mean, it's straight. And I see LeBron complaining about the All-Star break. And I don't know whether he
Do you think it should be an All-Star game?
I mean, not really. It's dry. It don't make no sense.
It don't really make no sense.
You can't. Everybody in the moon can't go to it. So it's just different. The feel ain't gonna be there. It's not safe right now. So it just don't make no sense.
Exactly.
And I feel them shit. Fuck that. Give us our time off so we can rest and chill like we all said we would. So it's like, you know, other than that, I mean, it's been straight. I'm happy it's back. Yeah. And, you know,
me too.
Hopefully nothing else weird happen to where it's going again. And it can get through the shit and get back on a normal pace and shit. So
even though it look like motherfuckers at the Y every day, it's like, all right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I don't know what be going on, bro.
I don't know.
With mask on.
It be quiet.
Like, what the fuck? That shit funny.
Yeah. Shit funny. Like, I mean, you getting used to just seeing it. Like, that's how you see basketball games. You ain't seen people in the stand in almost a year. Like, I mean, of course, now you get a couple of people, but you only get to see.
That virtual shit last year was goofy as hell. They was doing, man.
Goofy as hell.
But that just show you the world changing and, the world changing. That lead me into our next shit with, like, investing in stocks and shit. Like, the shit we've been on, like, been talking about forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, investing in shit. Like, that's the way now. Like, gamble your money that way. Gamble your money with something that, don't stop going for the shit everybody, that's not how it works. It don't work I'm about to go buy Disney, or it don't work like that all the time. It's cool to get you some stock in there. If you're going to invest a certain amount, that's going to do something when it do something. But if you just thinking that's not how it works. How it works is doing your research, knowing what's popping, the new companies that's coming up. You invest in a company that's low right now for a good amount. In 2-3 years, if it boom, your shit gonna boom. Your return gonna be crazy. You can take out and put back in what you want and do the same. Like that's how the game works. So I don't know where people be getting their information from and shit. It don't work like that. You can't just think you're gonna buy some Apple stock today and you're gonna boom tomorrow and you know it don't work like that. So you gotta know how the shit work and know where you put your money, or you'll just be like how you is when you're doing everything else, fucking your money up. And with this, once you put it in, it's gone. So you gotta know what you're doing and don't just be loading money into stupid shit just because you think this what people telling you, because they don't know, because they not doing it. They just telling you and advising you and saying shit, but they ain't even did shit. So definitely get into stocks. It's hella apps out there. One in particular that we fuck with is Stash. That shit's smooth. I heard this one called Robinhood. Get with them bitches. See what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Get updated on them. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. See what worked for you, what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If it's always shit that's coming up that you may be interested in. You do your research on it. You want to invest in it. You know what I'm saying? Get you some stock in it. If they go public, they whatever, and boom, you gonna blow. That's how that shit works. So do your research and definitely get into stuff, because the world changing as you see. And like I don't know, like shit gonna be different in a few years. So you definitely want to have like, you know what I'm saying, credit and fucking stocks, and you want to have different shit all over. Because if not, you're going to be fucked up out here. And like we was just talking about too, make sure you got life insurance. If you, as in my case, I'm the only child, so God forbid anything happen to my parents, I'm going to have to deal with all of that. So I've been thinking about getting with them. If they don't got policies, I'm going to get a policy. Because it's like that shit that motherfuckers don't like to talk about, but you're going to have to deal with it. It's better to be ready for it, so when it happens, you're not looking crazy and all stressed out and trying to go fund me and do all that shit. Have your shit together so that you can be right. Everybody can be secure. Have one for you so that if something happens to you, your kids straight, your people straight, everything makes sense. So you're just not leaving this bitch fucked up. Or people leaving you fucked up. So it's like, it's better to prepare yourself now. Just think, motherfuckers getting them stimulus checks and tearing the government up. You could have took some of them SBA loans y'all niggas was tearing up. Y'all could have got policies, paid up a policy for a few years on one of your parents or on yourself or something. Like, get some shit going. That's gonna make sense. And it makes sense whatever you did to get that fucking loan. And it makes sense now for you when that motherfucker come back. If it do come back on you, it makes sense. At least you made something that made sense to where once you get out of that, you got something left over. It's like you was out here going crazy, you got locked up for 3 years, came back, and your money that you hid is still out here. You got to look at it like that. When you doing little shit like that, then you getting over on the government, make sure you make it make sense. Period.
Yeah. It only makes sense if you go take it and invest it and triple it somewhere else. Then it's worth it. But exactly. Like Mike said, the wave right now, because we're not going to be fortunate enough to receive, I don't think personally, 401ks, retirements. A lot of that shit gonna dissolve. A lot of that shit gonna dissolve, or not really be offered in a while.
Or they're gonna have certain stipulations and qualifications for you even to get it, and it's gonna be tax crazy. There's gonna be a lot of shit to it.
There'll probably be a lot of shit to it. So the new wave will probably be more or less, not the new wave, but the wave, or the way it probably will be more or less to be investing. I say my thing is to focus on your credit score, your investments.
You should have the app where you can see your credit score all the time and get alerts
and your debt, and most importantly, knowing your debt. Knowing your debt is important.
Knowing your debt and not making you do debt, but you do know your debt.
Yeah, because debt is good. A certain amount of debt is good, but it's all about your payment history. Yeah, build your credit history, so you need that. But you got to make sure you're making your payments. That's a critical thing. A lot of us struggle with making on-time payments. Like,
it's not just about making payments, it's making them bitches on. You want to be as perfect as possible. That's what you try to show. Like, I can do this. I done did this for 5 years straight. Perfect payment. Then they gonna be open. Like, okay, your rating's gonna be better. Your shit's gonna start going through. You're gonna be getting approved, more approval rates, less bad inquiries on you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be aware of your shit. You gotta dispute shit. Some of that shit that's been lingering for years. If you dispute that shit, I don't know what that is. Charge it to the game. Y'all know what y'all talking about.
After 7 years, you can erase it off your credit and dispute it off your credit.
And some of them people, some of the companies done fold it, and they own the accounts is to somebody else, and they're not dealing with it. So if you dispute it, they're not gonna contest it. So they're gonna leave it alone and they're gonna take it off. I done did that shit a million times. Your shit go up. go up. Keep going up.
Yeah, I probably got 3,500 to $5,000 worth of stuff. No, probably about 3,500. That's what it is. $3,500 worth of stuff. Then
I probably got like 2,500 left on my shit worth of shit. I don't count school loans, so like debt, about 2,500 across the board on all.
Yeah, I think I got like $3,000 of debt
on all my shits.
All across the board that ain't school. And that's what you do. You get that consolidated. And even, you know, you
that's the type of shit. If you got taxes that's crazy, pay some of that shit off. That's gonna make sense in the long run.
It will.
It's just gonna make life easier. Them, you know what I'm saying? The shit you do now make shit easier in the long run.
And don't go for the short game. No. Gotta stop signing your credit up for dumb shit. Gotta stop going out and over purchasing on stuff that you gonna sign a phone that you know you can't afford. You got all the accessories.
And you feel you gotta keep up with the Joneses and keep up. You trying to keep up with people is fucking people's lives up right now. They're
trying to keep up
and folding some pressure that they don't have to because they're trying to keep up.
Everybody want to keep up. It's hard, not everybody, but a lot of people want to keep up. And, you know, because nobody want to be left out. Nobody want to watch everybody else getting all these free bands and I ain't getting none. I can't enjoy none. I can't go get fly. I can't go eat no box. I can't go start me. I can't go start me at
LC out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Nah, I'm a business owner. Support me.
I'm a business owner. But y'all gotta be smart with that too. Support is funny, man, because a lot of times it's a one way street.
Support is tainted with black people and black businesses.
It is.
Because it's like support me. Then when you get going, niggas don't want to support you. You get to worry about what you making, what you doing, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why some people don't understand. If you do got a business and it's low key, don't put your name on it. Don't put your nothing to it. Put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Make a page that don't got nothing to do with you. Put it out there and look at see the results you get that way. And then when you say like, okay, I'm booming, then put your face to it and then see if it changed or grow. Then you'll know like, damn, motherfuckers not fucking with me because now they know it's me. They know it's me now they don't want to fuck with it. So it's like you gotta be aware of that type of shit too, because you never know who really, you know, is like that with you and people don't be trying to support.
I mean, just to be 100 though, because I mean, it's one of them subjects that kind of bother me because we come from a place where it lacks support, it lacks motivation and initiative and effort to do shit at times. And you'll kick it with 100 people. And if it came to doing anything illegal or some pipe dream, people would be with it. You know, like
100% with it.
100% with it.
Let's go. They come get you anywhere you at. They do whatever to make it happen.
But when it come down to some that's logical, something that may take some work, some effort, not overnight, you start to see people disinterest, less engaged. They don't pick up your calls. They ain't really trying to do it. Some of them, like your homies, will do it just because you asking them to do it, but they don't have that heart for it. So, you know, a lot of times it's just frustrating to kick it with so many people and know people. And people say they love you and they're your brothers and your homies, but it's like they don't even support you, or they don't, like, even when it comes to supporting, why can't we do business together? How many businesses co-owned by best friends and people that grew up in the same neighborhood or block? It's seldom like that because, you know why? It's very seldom because, you know why? When you're coming out of that same environment, everybody is trying to obtain the same thing, whether they know it or not. Everybody's trying to get out and be something. Everybody want to get out of their circumstances when you come from the environments we come from. So there's no hope, there's no happiness.
And so a lot of times, what you got so bad, and they don't know how to get it. It makes something in them that's hate. They want you dead. They want you gone. It
manifests inside of them.
It's deep. Like they'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you.
Yeah.
Like they don't know how to get it, and you got it. They want what you got, but don't know how to get there, or don't want to work how you work to get there, and they worried about what you doing, and they want you to not be there. They want you out the way. So they don't want to support you. That person ain't going to support you.
Also, another thing you got to think. What is another thing people don't like you to do? Leave them. Leave them behind. So, you know, people going to do whatever it takes for you to keep you back. You know, whether it be to get you in trouble or knock you off. People going to do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to protect your nest, protect your asset, protect yourself. You know what I mean? So
if you extend it, they like, damn, I can't go up like that. I'm about to hate on this nigga. I'm about to knock you down. Because I ain't going to be able to do that. I just don't got it in me to to keep going with you or even do nothing on my own. So I don't want you to have it either. Fuck this.
Everybody not built for it. And that's what we're growing up. We learned that. Like just saying, like, when we boys, right? So let's just say, like, when we young boys, we always trying to prove like we built for something. It's for us, whether at the time it's for you or not. So, for instance, going, dealing with the opposite sex, getting money, being out without your parents, just certain things when you growing up, you feel like you're ready to do, and that's just our mindset that, yeah, I can do it because he doing it. Because if he can do it, I can't do it. That's going to make me look inadequate to the rest of the group. So even if you ain't ready to do it, even if you ain't the person for it, people still enforce it, just like clothes. Just like you'll see a female, 4 different body sizes trying to wear the same outfit. Somebody body size ain't good for this, but you going to get 4 different shapes and sizes in that motherfucker.
Exactly.
That's how the game go. Because people don't want to be left behind. Like, the big chick that's built like an Oreo cookie, she want to wear a Gucci bodysuit too. You know what I mean? And that's just how the game is. And you know what I mean? And the game just funny when not everybody, I shouldn't start generalizing like that, but when people start just accepting who they is, when certain people start accepting who they is and accepting that, certain things are for them, and that took me too. That took me to tell, like, Jordan 1s wasn't for my feet. You know what I mean? Like, when I put on a pair of Jordan 1s, they just wasn't hitting. So they wasn't for me. So no matter what Jordan 1 come out, I don't get it. I wouldn't get the Dior one. You just got to know what's for you.
They said, I said the thing that said we need a sense of self to survive. So it's people running around and don't know themselves, and they living other people or what they done seen, and it's like you not living right because you don't really got no sense of yourself, and you need that to survive. So it's like if you feeling a certain way, and you feeling like you kind of, it's like you know how you living. You gotta find yourself and stop living somebody else's life, and be you. Whatever you is, be cool with that and hone that shit and make that shit the hottest shit on the planet.
Be comfortable.
Make whatever you like and want to do, that's cool, and don't give a fuck about who got anything to say about it. And that's how that's self-awareness. That's knowing yourself. And you don't give a fuck about what nobody talking about, because you know what you can do, you know what you got going on. So
life get better and greater when you comfortable with yourself.
That's
like
key.
The more you get to know yourself, you get comfortable, and life become easier to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of the problems people face. They don't really know themselves. So it's harder to navigate through life when you don't really know who you are, what your threshold is, what you can handle. Because a lot of people don't put themselves through a lot of tests, or a lot of people don't take the time to really figure out who am I. They live vicariously through other people. Or like we said earlier, a lot of people think that everything for everybody else is for them. And it's not. So when you find yourself and you figure out, like, it's some chicks that now won't know till years later that makeup ain't for them. But they gonna wear makeup because the rest of their crew wear makeup. You know what I mean? It's dudes right now that know that and then fell off 30 million times selling a bag, moving a dog, moving an icy. But they're gonna still continue to do it every so often when somebody present that opportunity, because that's the environment they in and that's what they feel like they gotta do to stay adequate. When you feel like you could be that guy that got a 9 to 5 and your homeboys are trappers, and you can come around on the block for 20 minutes and holler at them and do what you do and reminisce and reconnect and do what y'all do and then move on with your life, that's when you win. That's when life becomes click, ding, ding, ding.
Exactly.
That's when you know yourself. That's when you start living life, man. Basically what I'm saying. When you start knowing yourself and just being comfortable. I come from all that. You know what I mean? I came from the trenches. I come from a lot of wild shit, and I don't mind going back home and being in certain elements and areas and shit.
I love niggerish shit.
I love it.
I know how to be on my shit and on my corporate business shit. I can talk to anybody. I can do anything. But I love niggerish shit. as soon as I'm done, I come my niggerish shit again.
I like being outside. I like being in as the kids say, the field. I like being amongst my people that I grew up with that's still in the trenches, and still having fun and whatever you call it and categorize it, the hood, the neighborhood, the block. I love that. I love to come and feel the vibes. I love riding through the north, south, east, west of my city. Wherever you consider, whatever. I love riding through there and getting a vibe because it's nothing like it. You know, when you ride through the zoo and you on the north side, it's nothing like it. When you ride on the south, the east, and you know them corners and you done roll them corners and it's just vibing up there. There ain't nothing like it, you know? So,
shout out on the south side, niggas.
Shout out north, east, south, shout out the west, shout out everybody in Mizzouski, man. Much love to everybody. We done have fun and made history on all sides, man. A lot of fun times, a lot of crazy shit, you know. So we just reminiscing, and that's what I'm saying. I love going back. Like I'm gonna go back home in probably about 6 weeks. When I go home, I just want to have fun and cool vibes. I ain't forcing nothing, but I just want to feel the air, feel my city.
Touch the air, tap the fuck in.
Tap the in, you know, touch the pavement. You know, I ain't been home in almost 2 years, so this shit kind of, it give me goosebumps saying it's kind of weird at times. Like, damn, I ain't been home in almost 2 years, like I did a bid or something. So it's like coming home it's gonna feel good to, you know, touch that pavement and go back where I'm from and where it all started. You know what I mean? So, and to just see what everybody on and just see how my city changed. Because every time I come home, the city changed. So, you know, that's all it is really knowing yourself. Me knowing myself took me to places I never thought, introduced me to people I never thought I'd meet, and got me doing my passion, you know, got me doing what I want to do in my life. So I tell you, you know, leave all them generic dreams and hopes and what other people thinking and what you living through. Leave that for them.
And take a chance.
Destiny path and take a chance. If you got some talent and something you digging and you liking, do it.
Because as long as you living, you can always reset.
Always reset. But if you ain't living, if you ain't motivated, if you ain't got no ambition, you can't do nothing. You won't do nothing. If you want to dwell in the negative, if you want to always feel like somebody owe you something, if you always, even my people that motivated by bitterness, you got to let it go. The people that hurt you, the people that did you wrong, your homeboy that snaked you, that girl that been robbed, because they living. And they not, a lot of people ain't living, exactly. A lot of people ain't living thinking about how they did you wrong. So why would you be living feeling like your success is what you measuring your success by how bitter you are towards people. You know, like that's weird. You know, get over that. Always win with a good heart and always feel, because it's more enjoyable when you got the bag and you really deserve it, you feel good, you got a good heart, you ain't really just in there with malice, you know, trying to be better than people. When you really enjoying it, you and your crew, or, you know, you got a nice lady and you really enjoying her and really building a bond and shit, you ain't doing this for show. You ain't doing this for the toxic public games. You doing this for the private longevity. You know what I mean? You doing it for the real shit. You know, you ain't just doing it for the kicks and giggles. So, you know, a lot of times we get caught up, but it's just all about getting out of the bubble and being yourself and playing the game, you know. So, but you already know it's your boy Really Ain't No Good, man. You know, we're going to be bringing y'all a lot of good podcasts. People who've been listening to us, y'all know this is just a warm-up, getting us back in the mix. You know how your boys
2021
we gonna be back
shit.
Cutting up. 2021 shit. You know how we doing, still sliming, still liming, still doing the food.
Yeah, we had a good ass show. This your boy, Yo Rich, Uncle Mike. I hope y'all enjoyed this shit. We definitely gonna be hitting y'all with some more shit, so make sure y'all tap the fuck in. Go follow us, go subscribe. We everywhere. And you know, we gonna be hitting y'all with some shit. So this the KP Podcast Season 2, 2021.
Yeah.
That's a fucking wrap.
That's a wrap. Really Ain't No Good out. Rich, we out. Yeah.